What's up, everyone? This is the Next Tape Podcast, episode 99, with Mikel
and Tanyka.
where we have conversations on different topics. So we have a normal three-topic episode this time around,
Mhm.
and today I'm presenting uh two topics. I don't know if Tanika's presented the last one.
What?
Oh, if I'm presenting a three topic. Oh, am I? Am I presenting three topics?
Well, we're doing three topics
There's three
as
topics.
normal.
So like, okay. So basically, today's episode, uh, the two topics that I'm talking about will be Nintendo delaying Canadian pre-orders for the Nintendo Switch, and
Ooh.
also, people are not agreeing with the whole uh Kardashians collaborating with uh Crumble Cookie.
Hmm.
And now, do you have a third topic, Tanika?
Do
Or
I have? So we're doing three topics,
Mhm.
and like I have three topics, and then you're doing the two topics, right?
Oh, okay,
As a
right.
programming note, just wanted to make sure that's what we're doing, right? Okay.
Okay, that's fine. All right, go ahead.
So yeah, so I have my three topics, and one is going to be kind of funny.
Mhm,
So we're going to be, I have Campbell Soup Company is
mhm,
changing its name,
uh-huh.
which is interesting. Defamation case against Netflix is getting a trial date, which I didn't even
Right,
know was happening,
right.
in 2025. So we'll talk
Mhm,
about that.
mhm, mhm.
And a zoo admits that their pandas are not actually pandas, but they're painted dogs.
Right. Okay.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
So who's going first?
All right. I'll go first. So Nintendo is delaying Canadian pre-orders for Nintendo Switch.
Mm,
Uh, a lot of Canadian fans are like, disappointed about this because pre-orders was on supposed to be set for April 9th, including my best friend, uh, RJ. He was livid, upset, and he was a pro Trumper before the whole, president. Because of the whole tariff situation,
mm,
this is why of the whole tire delays and etc. and the whole situation that's gone with like, uh the US and Canada with their
mm,
tariffs. So like
mm,
it's going crazy. The original day for the pre-orders was April 9th.
mm,
Um, um, and it has been delayed, confirming from a lot of retailers, such as Walmart, such as GameStop. I think Best Buy is delaying it as well. A lot of retailers in Canada is just delaying it, and there is no update, but the original release date for the Nintendo Switch is June 5th, and it still hasn't changed since then. So, quote, when asked whether the delay was related to the recent announced US tariffs, the company declined to comment further. So Nintendo declined to comment based on that, but we all know,
That's an answer without actually answering.
yeah, we all
So,
know, yeah. And um, in the US, because of considering how to proceed with the potential impact of the tariffs and its evolving market conditions. On April 2nd, Nintendo announced the launch date of the latest gaming console, which is set to introduce interactive chat, screen sharing. So your brother might might heard of this, or has he heard of the Nintendo Switch 2?
honestly, this is the first time I'm hearing about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he hasn't mentioned anything about the
Really?
Switch 2.
So you
I mean, he
have you
has the Switch, right? He
oh
has like the original Switch.
so
And he
yeah.
plays it regularly, so maybe he just didn't have an interest in getting the Switch 2. I don't
Oh,
know.
maybe if you take a look at the cost of this, it's a little steep compared to the original Switch.
Right.
So it's cost of $629.99. So
Jesus.
basically, it is a little expensive. Things have Everything has gotten
Obviously, things
expensive for the
have
last.
inflated since the last,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
original Switch came out. Yeah.
yeah. Because like the last one I think came out was I think it was 399.
Yeah, it makes
Um,
sense.
yeah, 399 at the time, 2017. Now we're
Yeah.
back in yeah. Now we're in 2025, and things everything have like have risen up in price, not just like consoles and electronics, food,
Everything.
groceries, ex gas, you name it, everything.
Although, at
Yeah,
the time of recording, because we're
yeah,
recording this in April,
yeah.
gas has gone down so much.
Hmm. Yeah.
And right now, like
St
$1.18,
hmm.
that's incredible.
Do you think that's still a little steep, still a little
Of
like
course, it's still steep.
yeah, yeah,
When we grew up, it used to be like
yeah,
70 something
yeah,
cents.
yeah,
But for how it's been in the last
yeah.
few years,
Hmm.
that's like that's like the IKEA commercial. Start the car. That's seriously what that
Yeah,
is. Seriously.
yeah,
It's incredible. I don't know what
yeah.
it'll
It
be
is.
by the time this episode comes out, but time of recording,
Hmm.
telling you, gas prices on
But
point.
yeah, people are just not happy about to that the delay and also the cost of the console as well. So like,
Yeah, but I think
um,
the price is not surprising.
yeah,
I mean, it's
it's not,
surprising, but it's not
yeah.
surprising.
So with no confirmed timeline for the pre-orders in the US and Canada, Nintendo urges customers to stay tuned and for further announcements. So most likely I will update you guys, or we will update you guys on, on an update on this delay,
Hmm.
as soon as possible. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Hmm.
Hopefully, the launch date sticks and doesn't get pushed back over here in Canada.
Hopefully.
Yeah, due to the president's
Due to
incompetence.
the Oompa
So,
Loompa.
yeah,
Yeah. No, I should stop calling him an Oompa Loompa. The Oompa Loompas are just amazing creatures.
yeah,
Should not.
yeah,
Should stop.
yeah,
Cheeto.
uh,
We'll call him Cheeto. Hell, even a Cheeto is better than. I had to think of something else.
yeah, yeah. All right, you go ahead with
Okay, then
your
you'll end it
topic,
off
and
with
I'll
Kardashians.
go to the next one. Go ahead.
Okay, okay. Okay, let me pull up my notes. Sorry, one second, one second.
Yeah.
Okay, so no more soup for the Campbell's Company. So the 155-year-old Campbell Soup Company plans to drop soup from its corporate name, rebranding as the Campbell's Company. More consumers are reaching for snacks and ditching ready-to-serve soups, and the company has bought up other food lines to grab them. In addition to its lineup of soups, Campbell now owns snack brands like Goldfish, Snyder's of Hanover, Cape Cod, Parridge Farm, and others, which I didn't know. Campbell also recently bought Sovo's brands, which is the maker of popular Italian food brands like Rao's sauces. Quote, this subtle yet important change retains the company's iconic name recognition, reputation, and equity built over 155 years, while better reflecting the full breadth of the company's portfolio, which is said by Campbell CEO Mark Klaus
Mhm.
in a statement. The name change is subject to shareholder approval of the company's annual meeting in November. Although soup is an important part of Campbell's business, yeah, it's now a smaller portion of its sales.
Mhm.
Last year, Campbell's snack sales grew to 13%, while its soups grew 3%.
Hmm.
Legacy food companies like Campbell are pivoting to gain a larger share of the snack market, valued at more than $200 billion by market research firm
Hmm.
Circana. Nearly half of Americans say they eat at least three snacks a day, according to Circana, which you should be eating three meals a day, but that's okay. Nearly half of Americans say they eat. Oh, no, read that already. Sorry. In
Right. Right.
August, Mars, the maker of M&Ms, agreed to buy Kellanova, which owns Cheez-Its and Pringles, in a deal worth almost $29 billion.
Hmm.
Quote, snacking is a large, attractive, and durable category that continues to
Hmm.
grow in importance with consumers, said by
Yeah.
Kellanova at the time. So,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Yeah.
yeah,
I only eat three, well, actually two times a day.
two
Um,
times.
two times, just two times. I don't eat. I
As long
hardly
as
eat
you're kind
lunch.
of like snacking, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's okay.
yeah, and I only eat breakfast and dinner, and then sometimes lunch. If it's had to be lunch, it'd be light. But yeah, the last time I drank Campbell soup was basically when I'm basically sick and I eat like a
Mm-hmm.
chicken soup or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and I drink
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
So
I mean, I technically you're told to eat like three small
yeah,
meals a day,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and then like snack in between. But
yeah.
yeah, it's for me the Campbell soup is
Hmm.
like my mom will use like the broccoli
Yeah.
soup, cream soup or whatever it's called because she'll cook it like use it in meals. And that's the thing too, people will use the soups in meals as well, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, and I mean, I used to love the alphabet soup.
Hmm.
You know, the one that had the alphabets in it. That's the one I used to eat a lot as a kid. Um, but yeah, I mean, I guess like this is not as popular as it once was.
Hmm.
I mean, I like listen. This is maybe TMI, but it is what it is. It's 2 months out at the
Yeah,
point this episode comes out. When I
yeah.
had to do my colonoscopy, listen, the Campbell broth came in real handy because that's all I could eat or drink, to be totally honest. It actually didn't taste too bad, but yeah, it's yeah. I mean, Campbell's soup is such a you're so used to saying that, right? You thinking Campbell, you think soup. So I guess like yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So for me, basically everybody knows about like, crumble cookie.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and just like, recently, like, a couple weeks ago, um,
As we record this.
Crumble, yeah, I was recording, basically. And Crumble did a collaboration with the Kardashians slash Jenners. And people were just not happy with it too
Like, what's
much
the
because of,
problem?
yeah, uh, the,
Is it because it's Kardashian Jenners
yeah,
or
the
like did something
Kardashians,
happen?
yeah, because of why are they collaborating with the
Why not?
Kardashians where they can collaborate with, people like Martha Stewart, who likes baking, cooking, blah, 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 all that stuff.
So
Or
are we against Crumble or are we against the Kardashians? Like, I'm
I
confused as to
think
what
a
the
lot
issue
of people
is.
are just against the Kardashians because they're not
Okay.
brand friendly, but technically,
Okay.
in my opinion, their brand has got cleaner since the days that, the
Since the
whole,
days of Kim Kardashian of
yeah, and
doing We Know
yeah,
What with
Ray
Ray
J.
J.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We all
And they
saw
moved,
clippets of that sex tape.
yeah, yeah, we saw clips of that, but like that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
They cleaned up their brand, etc. They got better over time. Yeah,
Mm,
little
but it's a
controversies here.
stretch.
Yeah, yeah, a little controversies here and there. And
Hmm.
basically they did they had a collaboration with a lot of cookies. So like I believe there is a pink confetti sugar cookie.
Hmm.
Um the lineup is a classic yellow layer cake,
Hmm.
flawless chocolate cake as well,
Hmm.
Snicker doodle crumb cake cookie,
Hmm.
um cookies and cream skillet cookie,
Mm,
and cookie dough cupcake cookie.
okay.
A lot of mixed reactions towards the review. Some people are not a fan of the flawless uh, chocolate cake.
Mm,
So, or the flourless chocolate, I believe. And yeah,
okay.
mixed reactions. Not a fan.
I mean,
People are
here's the
not.
thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Here's what I'm
yeah,
gonna say
yeah, yeah,
on the whole. I mean, I don't think I've had crumble cookie. Obviously, like I've seen crumble cookie, like
yeah,
Uber Eats and whatever the hell.
yeah.
So, I haven't had them myself, but what crumble cookie is concerned, they're going to gear things for everybody. If you
Yes,
don't like flourless things,
yes, yes.
don't eat it.
Yeah.
You don't
It,
like vegan geared things,
hmm.
don't eat it.
Yeah,
Although sometimes the vegan things are fantastic. But like,
yeah.
don't eat it. It's simple. Like we are okay to say
Hmm.
I don't like something and
Hmm.
I'm not gonna go back to that. Okay, then don't. But you don't have
True.
to announce and be like, oh my God, like this isn't no one cares
Yeah,
that much, Jan, about
yeah.
about how much you feel about the flourless cookies.
Hmm.
Um, Crumble's not going to, you know, fall apart because you don't like something.
Yeah. Um.
Secondly,
Mm, go ahead.
Kardashian. I'm not a huge Kardashian fan either.
And
Okay. I
yeah,
can live without them.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But they are not going anywhere.
Hmm.
And they're going to do brands. And
Yeah,
I mean, I've taken the course of, oh, well, they're not going anywhere, So
yeah,
I don't know, just deal. They have kids, they're
yeah,
cookies,
yeah,
whatever. Like, get over it.
yeah. There's people that are not are who are fans of the Kardashians,
Hmm.
are that are just gonna come go in the store and
Mm,
just buy the cookies, and that's what
yeah.
Crumble
That's why
Cookies
they
is
did
looking.
it.
Yeah, that's why they did it. They did that
Crumble is
collaboration.
smart
Yeah, yeah,
by getting the
not yeah.
Kardashians involved.
You think they don't know about the past? Yeah, but they see what they have done in the last like few years, and
Yeah.
they clean up their brand. That's what they're going to do.
Stretch.
Yeah, yeah, clean up their brand. There's controversy. Don't get me wrong. The
Absolutely.
whole
But
plastic,
hell, everyone
so,
does. Whatever.
all that stuff, surgery, blah blah blah, all that stuff. Basically,
And not
I
even
don't
just
think
that.
that
I
has.
mean, the men that they
Yeah,
choose.
but that
Yeah.
I mean, every celebrity has a romance here and there, but it's not
Here and
that
there.
deep. Hmm?
Kim Kardashian's been married like 4 times.
Yeah, but it's
Here
not
and
that
there.
deep. Yeah, I mean, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. Like,
No,
you
but
have
I'm
a
just
lot of
trying to
celebrity.
say.
Yeah, I know. You have a lot of celebrities that have been into like a lot of romances, like they're still gonna do brand deals.
Mhm.
Like a lot of brands are still gonna do the brand deals because your past romance. That's not an issue.
Yeah, because
If
they
you're
don't care
like,
about that.
yeah,
It's your
if
image. They care about
your
that.
image, yeah,
Yeah.
your image, and they have cleaned up their image quite a bit in the last few
And,
years. Like,
yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
I mean,
in comparison to what it
yeah,
was before, yes.
yeah, yeah,
And I
yeah.
think like constantly, yes, I know, and I'm with people on this too. When
Hmm.
people kind of say, "Oh, well, they just got their start because Kim was on her back."
Hmm.
Okay, but that was so long ago.
Yeah, that was long. That was
I
one.
mean,
That's one
she's been
video.
married
Yeah,
a chillion billion times since.
yeah,
Ray
yeah,
J has had his thing since. Like
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
I mean,
I believe. Yeah, yeah,
I mean, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't have made a sex tape with Ray J back in the day? Come on now.
yeah,
You're fooling
yeah,
yourselves if you
yeah,
wouldn't have. If
yeah,
you had one wish, let's be real here. Come on.
yeah. And this is Crumble's Cookie like second collaboration. I'm sure they're looking into more collaboration in their future.
Mhm.
People saying why don't they do stuff with like Marvel or
Because 'tis not the
SpongeBob?
time. Because 'tis not the time.
It's not the time
It's
as well,
going to
and
happen though.
it's yeah, it's too expensive as well. Like
Yeah.
they had to like contact Disney and then contact
Hmm.
Marvel, and so like if they want to do
If
something
they
like
do
with
for like
Spider-Man,
Doomsday,
it's like, huh?
if they did it for like Doomsday when that comes around,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Oh, that would
That'd be
make sense. But
100%.
yeah, it would make sense. But like
It
the
takes
problem
time.
is it takes time, and then it takes
Yeah.
also money if they have the money to just do this collaboration. Because like a lot of these brands will take a certain percentage off those cookies because they need to earn money off of it's merchandising as well. If you think
Hmm.
about it,
Hmm.
your merchandise off a character. Like say if Spider-Man's on Cookie, right?
Yeah.
Technically, it's
Or like your
your
packaging
license
or
in there.
something.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and then you get the packaging as well. Like they get a certain percentage. So like
Hmm.
it depends if they are, if they want to do that collaboration and the licensing makes sense for both brands. So
Hmm.
yeah. So yeah, that's about it. I have no too much problem with this collaboration. I'm sure that Crumb Cookies looking into more future collaborations with other celebrities, and also they also do uh other brands like such as Oreo cookie, and I think they did one with M&M as well too. So like
Like the rapper.
no, 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 no,
Oh,
M&M, the
M and
candy,
M. M
candy.
and M. M.
M and
Yeah. Like
M.
the
That's what I
letter
said.
M
M.
and M.
Well, I basically say M and M.
Yeah. M and
Yeah,
M. You
whatever,
gotta
whatever.
really
It's
pronounce it so you're not getting mixed
Yeah,
up
it's
with
a hard.
M and M and N M. Oh, bleh, now I can't even
It's
talk.
hard. It's hard.
M and
Eminem.
M.
Well, it's basically what that is. Whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. But that's my thing, and I like their cookies. Ultra peanut butter is good. By the way,
Hmm. Yeah. No,
fantastic.
I've never had crumble, like I said. Like I've had like Craig's cookies, like for the people who are
Mhm,
out in Toronto, there's like a
mhm,
Craig's cookies that's like in Union Station.
mhm.
Those are good.
Yeah,
I don't know, like I had a cookie yesterday that
yeah,
one of my coworkers brought in.
mhm,
I don't know what kind of cookie it was
yeah,
or
yeah,
where it was from,
yeah.
but it was really good. And maybe it was crumble, who knows?
Yeah.
But it was
It's
good.
very good.
It
Yeah,
was a
it's
really
very
good
good.
cookie.
Yeah.
I okay, sorry, I'm gonna go on a rant here about
Yeah, yeah,
cookies.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Craig's cookies, for the people who've had it,
Hmm.
it's so salty. I don't like it. Like I
Ooh.
know people like salty cookies
Hmm.
because again, it's like it's a way of preserving it. I don't like salty cookies. If I'm gonna have salts foodie, I'm gonna have a salt food.
Right.
I want a sweet food, I'm gonna have a sweet food. I don't want
Hmm.
them being mixed. It's weird.
Mm.
It's really weird. Anyway, that's my
Okay.
rant on cookies.
All right. There it
Let's
is.
let's move on to the next topic.
Next one. Go ahead.
So this is the Netflix defamation case. So I think a lot of people might know about this.
Mhm.
So the $170 million defamation lawsuit against Netflix over Baby Reindeer, which, Mikhail, did you watch Baby Reindeer?
No, I haven't watched Baby Reindeer. No, I haven't watched Baby
What are you
Reindeer.
doing with yourself? Like really and truly.
Is that a Christmas movie?
No, we've had this conversation before, and it's not a Christmas movie.
Ah,
Not even close.
wow.
It is such
No.
a good show. I watched it during my healing process after surgery.
Hmm.
It is bananas. And that's all I'm serious. You need to watch Baby Reindeer and we need to talk about it on Netflix episode. This is ridiculous. You need to get on that. Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
So yeah, so it's heading to trial next year. So on
Hmm.
Tuesday, or I don't know exactly when this was. This is recent. A federal judge set a May 6th start date for. So this flash shoot probably would have started by the time this comes out, actually, for Fiona Harvey's big swing action against the streamer. The proceedings are estimated to last about 2 weeks. So just so we can preface here for Mikkel, because he's never watched Baby Reindeer, I'm
Nah.
gonna make this make sense for you this a little bit.
Yeah.
So Richard Gadd
Hmm.
um wrote, produced, I think he produced and I think he directed the show Baby Reindeer, where it was basically about a guy who was being stalked by a woman that he kind of, offered tea to at his workplace, he worked at a
Hmm.
pub. And she kind of took things a little too far and was stalking him, was contacting his family at one point. It was pretty bad. And of course, like as a man who's being stalked and
Hmm.
at one point, like kind of sexually assaulted as well. Um, by her. He just never went to the police right away. And you kind of see kind of where this really balloons out and other things that kind of come out. Um, a plot twist of the century, Richard
Mm.
Gadd, this actually happened to him. And he not only wrote, produced, and possibly directed, he also starred in it.
Oh
So
wow,
he is playing himself in a sense.
interesting.
It is, oh, but he never named the person who stalked him. He never named her. People would ask him, he'd say, leave it alone, because he didn't want to have to probably start more shit with this woman, honestly.
Hmm.
So he
Hmm.
only called her Martha in the show
Right.
until the woman who Martha portrayed, portrayed, I should say,
Mhm.
came forward on her own volition on Piers Morgan and said, I am who he's talking about, and I'm going to sue him and Netflix.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like this show won um, an award. I can't remember
Mhm.
which award it won, but it won an award. It's a fantastic show, and I you need to watch it. That's all I need to say.
Interesting.
Um, one of the episodes is
Baby reindeer.
Baby
Interesting.
Reindeer. It because the reason it's called Baby Reindeer is because she would call him Baby Reindeer.
Mm.
That's why it's called Baby Reindeer. It's nothing to do with Christmas, like I said.
Wow.
It is a fantastic show, and I highly, highly, this is not a Netflix episode. I highly, highly, highly recommend you watch that show.
Hmm. Okay.
Like, don't
Yeah.
walk, run. You watch Baby Reindeer.
Mhm. I'll take a
Um,
look at it.
Trigger warning, one of the episodes is really, really rough, and you'll know.
Mm.
You'll
Mm.
know. I can't
Okay.
remember which episode number.
Right.
I think it's 4. Um,
Hmm.
so just pre-warning, it's rough.
No reindeers, right?
No reindeers were harmed in
Okay.
the making of this show. So Netflix had no comment about the trial start date for the that's what it won,
Mm.
Emmy-winning series created by and starring Richard Gadd when contacted by Deadline. However, the company run by Ted Sarandos
Yeah.
and Greg Peters did reiterate its earlier statement that it intends to defend this matter vigorously and to stand by Richard Gadd's right to tell his story.
Mm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He has every right to tell his story.
Right.
I don't want to say more though because I don't want to potentially get sued. So
Mm.
yeah. And then our final topic, which is going to be a fun topic to end this on. I thought this was hilarious and I was dying while reading
Mm.
this.
Mm.
So let's go. So a Chinese zoo has admitted that the pandas in their exhibits were in fact painted dogs. And I'll have pictures. This is hilarious. According
Painted.
to the you know what? I'm gonna send you this really quick.
Hmm.
You need to see this. There's no way any person would believe that this is a panda.
Mm.
So hold on, sending it to you right now. There you go. There's the panda. According to New York Post, visitors at the Shanhui Zoo realized that they were being bamboozled when the so-called pandas began panting and barking. Pandas are native to China and an international symbol of the country. You're looking at the picture?
Yeah, look at the picture. Yeah.
That is not a panda. In one visitor's video, one of the quote unquote pandas was visibly panting while resting on a rock in a fence, while another clip had a panda with a long tail strolling about.
Wow.
It's a pan dog, one viewer wrote.
And wow.
It's like cat dog. It's ridiculous.
That's funny.
While someone else joked, that's the Timu version of a panda.
Wow. Timo version. Wow. That's funny.
They were panting. That's why they are pandas. After visitors publicized the ruse on social media, the organizers admitted they'd painted 2 chow chows, which is a fluffy dog breed originally from northern China, with black and white panda markings. Since then, visitors have demanded their money back for false advertising. Yeah, I would
Wow.
say. This isn't the first time a Chinese zoo has misled visitors with claims of housing real pandas. In May, so this would have been May 2024, NBC News reported that Taizhou Zoo in just, I don't know, I'm gonna butcher this, sorry, Jiangsu province also had painted chow chows. Zoo representatives initially claimed that the animals were a rare breed of panda dogs, before admitting that such animals don't exist. At the time, two officials told Chinese state media they had advertised them as panda dogs and did not intentionally mislead anyone. This is stupid. When journalists asked them why they invented the idea of panda dogs to cover their tracks, a zoo representative explained, "There are no panda bears at the zoo, and we wanted to do this as a result." This is so stupid. At the time, state media and the general public criticized the zoo for also mistreating the dogs. Oh, great. So now we're going to hate them. It is not funny at all to dye Chow Chow's dogs to attract tourists, one commenter wrote. On the social media platform Weibo, which is the Chinese equivalent of X or Twitter, their fragile skin and naturally thick coats make them susceptible to skin diseases. Okay, now you suck. Don't do that. However, officials defended their choice to paint the dogs, noting they weren't harmed by the dye and argued that if humans could do it, so could dogs. What? That don't make no sense. Anyways, don't do that. Just
Yeah,
you're China. You're supposed to have the pandas.
yeah,
What is happening? I know
exactly.
pandas are endangered, but you're trying to say that you've ran out of the pandas? I don't understand.
Yeah, are they extinct?
They're not extinct. They're endangered.
They're endangered. Oh, okay,
Hmm.
okay. Hmm.
Ah, that's hilarious. But anyways, that's it for me.
All right, okay. Pretty interesting episode this time.
Yeah.
Uh, so this ends episode 99 of the Next Tape podcast. The Next Tape podcast is available now on all podcast platforms. We also have a website called Tanika.
Next, take podcast.podpage.io.
And where else are we at?
Facebook and Instagram at Next Take Podcast, and Twitter, TikTok, and Blue Sky at Next Take Pod.
And you can contact us on our email at mikeltanyka@gmail.com. That is mikeltanyka@gmail.com. So we talked about a lot of things on here.
Mhm.
So I'm going to go first. Talk about the Nintendo Switch 2, how it's delayed because of the tariffs, etc. And also we talked about Kim Kardashian, or sorry, not Kim Kardashian, the Kardashians slash Jenners did a collaboration with Crumble Cookie and how people are just iffy about the collaboration and the cookies as well. Tanika, what about you? What do you?
Yeah, so my topics was the Campbell soup situation, changing
Uh-huh.
the name, the defamation case with Netflix, and the zoo that has painted dogs to be
Dogs.
pandas. Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. So we have our 100 episode coming
Yeah.
after this one. Um.
No, it's actually not right after this one.
Oh. Okay.
Potentially.
Oh, interesting.
We'll
Okay.
see, because
Potentially.
it could be. We
Hmm.
don't know because we're
Uh-huh.
recording this in April.
Got you.
But we technically have the bonus episode first
Hmm.
of the month, the May bonus episode. So either that's going to come first and then the 100th, or
Hmm.
the 100th. We'll see how it goes.
All right. She does the schedule, guys. So that's why. All right. Okay. So can't wait for the 100 episode. It's
We
coming
might be
soon.
winging it.
Yeah, that too. Right now, but yeah, that's what happens when you are having fun. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah. So I'm Mikel, and
And I'm Tanika.
we're out until
Uh, Wednesday, potentially.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Peace, guys.
Bye.